basically T-Mobile is buying everybody left. Now, if
I
you
heard it
have
was a deep fake of Ryan Reynolds.
yeah. So carriers for years have operated as MVNOs, which is, hey, if I have excess capacity, I'm going to let somebody ride in the back of it, come up with maybe a prepaid or a challenger brand that enables that. And if the network gets congested, they get bumped to the back of the back of the line, right? In terms of how fast it can go. So this has been in there for years, and Mint has always ridden on the back of T-Mobile's 5G network. So T-Mobile bought Mint, that's their prepaid pay. Ultra, which is an international heavy-duty South America, and then Plum, which is a wholesaler that sells to other people at bulk. And they went in there and bought all three with one fell swoop. Cash and stock deal, less cash, more stock. They're going to operate these as separate brands. And I have to talk about just the hilarious quote that Ryan Reynolds had, where he talked about, he did some corporate stuff, but he said, hey, we are so happy T-Mobile beat out an aggressive last minute bid for my mom, Tammy Reynolds. So, I mean, it just shows how much fun the uncarrier can have on the consumer side. I sometimes wonder how this impacts their T-Mobile for business side. I do think you can be cool, edgy, and enterprise. I saw Sun do it back in the day, when a sea of black and gray boxes, they came in with purple boxes and just made it fun. I think you see a lot of companies out there that have fun in the storage. I mean, EMC was notorious back in the day for having fun and being cool and being enterprise grade. But anyways, hats off. T-Mobile, before 5G even came out, I wrote that they would be the number one 5G, and they had the lead in the US on 5G network. And the company keeps making me look smart every day. And this is basically a way to soak up capacity.
Yeah, it was a pretty smart move, and I think the just gravity, whether it's been Rex MFC or Mint Mobile, Ryan Reynolds is not just he's not just an actor. He may be a better entrepreneur than actor, if I'm being honest about it, because he's done quite well. T-Mobile has had a few challenges with things like security that have been notable, but its expansion on 5G has been significant, rapid, and has quickly jettisoned the company, in my opinion, to the number one mobile company. I know there are different metrics in which they use to assess number one, but I think its coverage and, of course, its connection to Deutsche Telekom makes it a very pleasurable experience, for me at least, traveling around the globe with T-Mobile. I will say, though, Pat, I was in Destin or in that area this week, and I had like endless blackout spots down on the Gulf Coast of Florida. And I'm talking about trying to have 3 bars of 5G. I'm on T-Mobile, by the way. My whole company's on T-Mobile. So just me, yes, maybe a little customer service request. I could not get a text out with 3 bars supposedly of 5G. And it was very stressful for me. Having said that, these buys, Pat, continue to show incredible ambition. And beyond the fact of my own little whining for maybe not being able to get a connectivity in a certain spot.
That's a big deal. That's not whining. I mean, that's a big deal. You have to have connectivity. And I don't know if it's just sheer luck, but that was an issue that I had with T-Mobile before. And the reason that I didn't have phone, my second phone is T-Mobile now. But no, they need to look at that. Could have been oversaturation network, whatever it is. It can't happen. Did you have a chance to ask if Verizon and AT&T folks were having a challenge?
There was a fairly robust set of complaints running in this little area. I was in that little area. You remember the movie The Truman Show?
Yeah.
In Seaside, and there was like this cute little quaint town, and it's like I literally could not get on a phone call and get audio through. Like sometimes like a Zoom call doesn't go well, or a Teams meeting when you don't have great bandwidth. But I had 2 or 3 bars and nobody could hear me. So I was actually funny. I was able to hear in. So it was almost like, remember those old video calls where you could only hear but you couldn't see because of the encryption? It was really frustrating though. So it also shows, by the way, that, you know, we left Mobile World, Pat, and you and I kind of laughed about how people were saying we were in the late stages of 5G, and it's like, no. Not only do we have a lot of opportunity ahead with enterprise 5G, but we still have a long way to go on the consumer side. But like I said, I'm very bullish on T-Mobile. There's some cleanup to do, but its acquisition and M&A strategy and its overall uncarrier persona has definitely transcended what has long been a well disliked industry by most people. And it's created a cool sort of buzzy brand. So good for T-Mobile. Work to do, but heck, Pat, isn't there always?
There really is. I mean, we're nowhere. And I remember saying, hey, we're 50% through the build out. I want to revise that. I think we're 35% of the build out when I look at massive MIMO and some of the features that are there. I think the industry way over promised on 5G, right? And now it's paying the price for it.